Hello? Chat? Um, uh, Minecraft update. I'm making another video that goes over the new Minecraft update or whatever. I know nobody asked for this video and nobody cares, and I'm a little late because this update came out like however long ago. But, um, I'm gonna go over it. Um, I'm gonna go over the Copper Age drop. Right, so to start it off, you have the F3 menu thingy. You press F3 and F6 and this shows up and you can customize your F3 menu. So as you can see, my F3 menu, I have like certain things on screen, like I have the day counter, I have the version number and all that, and I have some more stuff here. Like I have chunk borders and stuff. So I don't gotta like, click a bunch of like random buttons or whatever to get this stuff on. Um, Some of the stuff I have on, I don't know if I really need it. Like, it's like pointing to the corners of the chunks for some reason, and it's showing the direction that this is facing, which I don't really need that, but yeah. Um, so that's just kind of, you can customize the F3 menu now, which I think is really nice. My only complaint is that when you have the targeted block and the XYZ coordinates or whatever on screen, it covers so much. Like if I go here and I find player position on, you see this is like 6 lines of just, that's like six lines of just um like nonsense, when you could just have it like a separate setting for like just the XYZ coordinates, because that's what most people want to have on screen is the XYZ coordinates. I feel like that's like the most important one in the F3 menu that you'd want to have on screen at all times, other than maybe the day counter, is the XYZ coordinates. But when you put that on screen, it takes up like 5 lines. It's like really big and annoying. There's like the section relative, which is just like the chunk coordinates, and that's only 1 line, so I can know my chunk coordinates, but I can't know my normal coordinates. Bruh. I mean, the only use I have for the chunk coordinates is, what is it, like 9 9 for finding buried treasure or something. So, there's that. Um, but yeah, let's get into the actual update. This, this is Alex. This is a mannequin, which is literally just like a player model as an actual entity, and you can hit them around and stuff, and it's really nice. And you can set like skins for it. I think they had like a new thing, you can get player heads a lot easier now, so that's nice. Um, then you got the copper golem, obviously. This guy sorts through items, so that's nice. I have him in. It's not really an infinite loop. I've seen people make like an infinite loop out of this. I don't really know. I was too lazy, so I just put a bunch of doors in a chest. But yeah, you can make him just do an infinite loop where it just cycles around and keeps going. So that's super funny. And then this is just like a statue of him. And yeah, you can just kind of like put him in different poses. You sit him down, you can make him walking, and you can make him do this. Now these guys, they do oxidize after a while. They do turn into like oxidized guys. Unless, can I like wax this guy? I wonder, because if I get honeycomb and I use it on him, yeah, you can wax him. But they will oxidize over time, and when they're fully oxidized, they'll turn into this statue. And if you like scrape this off, it turns into a guy again. So yeah. They also added copper armor. Oh, right, yeah. These are shelves. You can put stuff on them, and you can like swap out your whole inventory, or you can just do it like this where you take items in and out. Um, and you can like toggle this by pressing the lever. And so you can just kind of swap out your inventory like that. Now these are just kind of in between stone and iron. So if you just get stone and you for some reason can't find iron, then copper tools are really nice in between. But I really think if they like them adding this, they should have made iron rarer or something. Because like sure, copper is a lot more common than iron. You can find a lot more copper. But iron is also common. So if you find a cave, then you'll just like guaranteed find iron. So like there's not really a point to copper tools. I mean, I guess if you have a bunch of copper and you can't find like a lot of iron, then you can make like copper armor, because there's not like stone armor before iron. So I mean, I don't know. It's just feels kind of useless unless you're a really new player and you can't just go into a cave and get iron and you just get copper instead. I don't know. Seems a little blah. Then they also, the lightning rod. This used to have, it used to just be lightning rod. But there's weathered, oxidized, whatever variants now. I don't know why they didn't have these before, but they do now. They can oxidize. There's also the copper chain and the copper lantern, so that's nice. And the copper torch. So these are green, kind of like how the soul versions of torches and lanterns are blue, and how fire is green when it's on copper in real life. So yeah. This guy is still trapped in here, still sorting through doors. Another thing you'll notice is they changed the texture for dyes. So some of them looked like the exact same, like they were just like a little oval. But they did change some of the ones that were better before. Like, they added like some like the pink dye and stuff, and I think they were like a lot of them were just like ovals, and they looked the same. So I get like for colorblind people, it's hard to tell these apart. But what they did is they changed some of them, the ones that were already like fine, and they just look different now. And some of them they made it like harder, because I mean they added like the little palette below it, I guess. Which is fine. It looks nice, but like I feel like some of them they just like looked better before. They were just better before. Some of them they like lessened the like roughness of it, so it's a lot harder to tell them. Like I think white dye was a lot more like fluffy, and like it had a lot more parts to it before. I don't really know how to describe it, but they made some of them kind of like they didn't really need to change the texture of some of them, but they changed the texture of like all of them. I feel like they should have just took the ones that were ovals and made them into unique shapes. Like I don't know. And then for our last change in this update, we're gonna have to go to the end. Is the dragon even here? Where's the dragon? Okay, here he is. Slash kill at E. And bam! We have killed the Ender Dragon. Now, you can see over there's a thing that appears in the sky, and it goes boom, and it lights up the end purple. um, which was not there before, not in Java Edition at least. Yeah, so that is a new weather effect in the end that they added for vibrant visuals. As they said, they're slowly rolling out the features of vibrant visuals, which was on Bedrock Edition. They're slowly rolling out the features for that on Java. It's basically just like default shaders. So it's just like shaders in default Minecraft that they're adding now. Yeah, that's basically it. Also, they added like chat logs or whatever. So if I type gibberish in here and I close this, then it'll appear again in the chat. So that's nice. And then some other stuff. I think they added like some weird code of conduct thing for servers. I don't know. There's a lot more like technical stuff you can get into for this update, but that is basically what the update is. It adds a bunch of new copper stuff, which I mean most people won't find a use for, but like some of the features are gonna be pretty helpful for some players, which is nice. They're really trying to do as much as they can to resolve the problem with inventory management and like um, transportation like around the world. Like most people, like the transportation like on horses, on mine carts and stuff, they all kind of suck. And the elytra is just so much better. So they've been working on like improving old transportation methods like the minecart. The minecart is like just not good, especially late game. The minecart is just not a good like transportation method. So they've been trying to improve the minecart or whatever by making it faster and improving the like trajectory, the like when it falls off, it doesn't just like fall off. It like actually like goes forward. Like so with the TNT minecarts, you can just launch TNT minecarts at people, which is pretty crazy. But they're still working on the minecart stuff. I wonder if they're gonna release the new minecart changes like next drop or something. That would be really nice. But yeah, so they've been improving the modes of transportation for like early game or whatever, and they've also been resolving the inventory management problem. I don't. Obviously, it's not that much better. They added like the bundle, which is nice for holding like small little stacks of items, which has definitely come in handy a lot of times. But also, it's still a problem in the inventory management, and the copper golem isn't really a good item sorter. Um, it's really it's pretty slow. From what I've heard, it's like not that good of an item sorter. So I don't know. I hope that the inventory management and transportation issues or whatever are I hope that they're a lot better in the future. Like they've added the Happy Ghast and the Nautilus for good like transportation methods. They have their uses, and they added like spears, which makes horses a lot better. So you can ride a horse and like do javelin stuff or whatever, which is nice. So they're definitely adding some cool stuff. They're trying to fix their game, you know? They're trying to make the game better, which is really nice. But yeah, I hope they do the minecart changes soon. And honestly, I hope they like nerf the elytra, because the elytra is pretty easy to get, and it's really easy to um like use the elytra and just get around places, and it's kind of overpowered. So I hope they do something. I hope they like actually like nerf mending and the elytra, because mending and elytra are both like really overpowered late game stuff. And I honestly, I don't know if it's like good. Um, like they were working with villagers, they were improving the villagers, and they were changing the librarians to only sell mending in certain biomes, which is nice actually. I think that's an interesting idea to find certain books in certain biomes. Um, yeah, I think that's an interesting idea, but I that just makes the task of getting mending less tedious and more actually like exploring and stuff. Um, which I mean is nice, but it doesn't really solve the, in my opinion, it's a pretty like big issue where mending and the elytra are both like still pretty easy to get, and they're like pretty overpowered. Like a lot of servers, they'll like ban the end or something from like like they'll ban the end. They'll make it so that players aren't allowed to go to the end in their server because of the fact that shulkers and elytras are too like overpowered, and they don't want people to get that too early game, because then the server will just kind of die out. Like with the 2 week Minecraft phase, a lot of people only play Minecraft for like 2 weeks, and then they quit because they get basically everything there is. Like they beat the game so fast, and they get like overpowered basically with shulkers and elytras and stuff. So I feel like that's one of the main reasons that people have like short Minecraft phases like that, is because they get so overpowered so fast. So I don't know. Um. Anyway, so that was the Copper Age drop. Pretty nice drop. Looking forward to the next drop, which is the Mounts of Mayhem drop. I'm looking forward to that one. And I mean, that was just kind of my thoughts about the way that Minecraft is headed, I guess. Um. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And let's tell Mojang to add a stone wall, because they have cobblestone and not stone, and smooth stone and smooth stone slabs but not stairs. Like, come on, Mojang, you gotta finish your block pallets. Alright, anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.